So again, guys, here they are. Ready to go. They don't cause me any trouble. I got my arms fully free. I can do whatever I want. I can sit down, turn around, twist, whatever I need to do. And if I got tangled up somehow, oh my gosh, Blackie slid down a bank. Remember that quick disconnect I got right there on the Blackbird? Snatch and it falls off of me. So I'm good. So this way, I'm carrying all my essentials in a haversack for an overnight camp out. Okay, here's the loadout. I got my Blackbird haversack. Up here on the top, I'm going to be toting cordage. I'm going to be toting a small open L knife. I'm going to be toting a small light that's also a little local lantern for lighting my hammock. I've got a repair spool by Exotech. I've got a pocket compass. I've got a couple of extra bushcraft zip ties. I got something that someone gave me at the campout I hadn't put up yet. I got a small first aid set. I've got a Viking sharpening steel. A couple more little pre-made up bushcraft zip ties and things. Okay, that's it in the top. I'll stick that in my pocket now so I won't forget, and I'll put it back at the house. Now in the main body, we have my leather fire kit that I've talked about before. It's made by stitchgear.com. It's waterproof leather, and it's got a big wad of tinder, fat lighter piece in it, a Exotech Zippo type lighter, a regular Bic lighter, bunch of matches, everything else. Multiple ways I can start fire. I've got an extra tent stake that's in the bottom. I'm going to take that out because it goes somewhere else. Okay, so in goes the fire kit to the bottom. In goes my hammock, just like that. Now, the only other thing that goes in here would be food or etc. that I wanted to carry. I can put my tarp in sideways if I want to carry it on the inside, but I'm going to put it on the outside. So for right now, that's what's going in here, other than what's going to be food and etc. Separate haversack is going to carry my cooking food and my cooking bowl. My water is going to be on my hip, my KUKRI is going to be on my hip, my knife is going to be on my hip. So that's all it's going to be in this haversack. Maybe a few little sundries I'll throw in at the last second. Now, like I showed in my last in a video quite a while back, I'm going to take my strap and I'm going to roll it forward 8 or 10 turns. Okay, like that. Use that to hold it in place. Get these out of the way because I'm going to need them in a minute. There's all my extra tent stakes and all right there. Now, this is going to be my sleeping bag, and that is one of the canvas sleeping bag covers, which, as you know, is just a in actuality it's just a canvas sleeping bag, a mummy type sleeping bag. Okay, I'm going to lay it out and I'm going to fold it in half, just like this. Let me adjust it down to length. Okay, now that I've got it that way, I'm going to put it underneath here. Now I'm going to start rolling it around that strap. Now I can tell right now I've rolled it the wrong way. Let me reverse. Roll to me 8 or 10 times. There we go. Now I go around that strap, pulling it up to the right size and location. Squeezing it down as I do, guiding it as I do. Now I'm going to pull the strap a little bit, take some of them loops out, and get some more. Just like this. Alright. And finally, I'm going to take that top and fold it over that way. There. Now I'm going to take my bushcraft zip tie. I'm going to put it over the whole body. Just like that. And I'm going to cinch her up tight. Now I'm going to slide it down. I'm going to straighten out my strap. Flip this around a few times so the strap is straight inside of it. And push it down. And we have a straight strap. Just like that. Now come over here. Go through my buckles. Sure I'm in the right way. Yep. And then double it in half, go back over for a quick disconnect right there. Now I'll lay it down facing away from him, and we'll use these two loops down here to secure this. So I may be able to do it with that one. I'll go through, put it up there, and well, yeah, it will do it. Nah, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way. Go through, wrap around, come back through, bring that line through it, pull it up so it's a bushcraft zip tie. I'll put that in, putting the tent stakes to the inside, and I'm going to cinch it up. Just like that. Good and tight. We'll come right here. I may have enough there. Let's see. Yeah. Pull that down. Give it 3 passes under. Just like that. And now, I believe I can take a soft shackle and run around that end. Nope. Still not going to get it like that, Blackie. That one's big enough. Run that in. Come around here. Come back to the top. Pull her up tight, open up, push that knot through, twist it up, push that knot through again, and we are secured. There. Now that'll hang underneath my haversack. Now these extra lines can go back into the flap. Just like that. Putting that on. There's an entire shelter system for a quick overnight camp right there. I've got a hammock, I've got a tarp, and I've got a sleeping bag, all hooked to a haversack. Now all I got to do is add a little bit of food. Since it's just an overnight, I'm coming out here on Thursday. And then I'm going back on Friday. I'm coming out at lunch on Thursday. So I'm going to eat before I get out here. So I'll need a snack and a supper for Friday night. I'll need a breakfast and a snack for Friday. And then I'm going to eat lunch when I leave. Add a little bit of something to drink. I'm good to go. So I really can go this light. Now, let me take these back and get over here and set them up. and let you see what they look like. Okay, now that I've got the hammock set up right quick, let me take my haversack and put it on the tree. It's one of the advantages of having the quick deploy strap. There we go. It gives me full access to it and quick and easy. Okay, now I've got my ultralight hammock set up. And I've got it set up kind of low for a reason. During the summer, when it is so hot, like right now I got a little breeze, but you don't often do. There are two ways to get into one of these hammocks. There is the enclosed way for like sleeping, and then there's the lounging way. Let me show you both ways right quick. The standard way is you open it up, sit down in it, and then get into it. And as you can see, the sides come up. This is being inside of it. However, like you're seeing right here, that can be a problem in the summer heat. Right now it's 91 degrees here, plus heat index, which makes it 98. So I want a breeze, and this shielding me is robbing me of my breeze. So there's the other way. Okay, so if now that I don't want to be robbed of my cool air, I want to make sure it's not twisted up, because if my cords get twisted up, that robs me. It makes it wrap down this way and I get less hammock. Make sure it's not. And what I'm going to do is folding it in half, pull the other half up, sit down, then I'm going to roll back into position like this. Woo. There we go. Now I'm wide open. As you can see, I can get all the breeze like this. This is the lounger mode. So I put my legs out on the ground, lean back, just like that. I've got the full breeze flowing all the way around me, and I'm not being blocked up by my hammock. So this is one of my summer sets. I've even slept like this where I'm not afraid of falling out of it, because it will cup around the sides of me, but it will keep me where I'm in the breeze more. On a hot night, I want more breeze than anything else. Now, notice how high I've got it set. Easy in, easy out. I just roll my legs over. Now, for most time, when I'm going to be camping and getting into it, I set my hammock a little bit higher. I'm not going to double it in half. I'm getting inside of it. So I want it so my toes just touch the ground. But when I'm going to be using it like a lounger like this, I want to sit my foot flat on the ground. So it's one knee down to the ground when I'm in it. So I can pick my leg up, etc. When you get old like me and you got some body aches like me, sometimes being in any position becomes uncomfortable. And the foot laying in the hammock gets to feel like it's the wrong way. It's like it's twisted hard to the inside, even though it's not. Being able to bring that leg outside the hammock and kind of let it relax keeps you from having leg cramps and things like that. Now, for those that do have leg cramps inside of a hammock, usually what happens is your leg is laying too flat. Your knee, instead of being bowed like that, is dead straight. And that's what's cutting off circulation. Roll up a jacket or something, put it up under the knee, and a lot of times the leg cramps quit. Because basically, you know, if you stand there and you lock your knees, how you pass out. Well, if you get in a hammock and your legs are locked straight, you're doing the same thing, and the body has trouble forcing back by that tight knee joint. Blood pools up down in the legs, and it causes cramps, etc., because of circulation. So put something up under your knees. Okay? Little tip or trick. Now that we've got the hammock up, now I want to put up my tarp. Now, since I'm setting this up for summer, I'm going to set it up high. I'm trying to catch a breeze. I'm not worried too much about rain right now, and I'm in a heavy tree cover. So if I got rain, it should be straight down. So I'm going to set my ridge line up fairly high. Now, like I spoke about in my recent video on Friday, I've got that same tarp set up, and I know where all my cords are and where the top of it is. So I'm going to open up the bottom of it to get to the cords. And I'm going to reach down right here and pull out the bag that's got my ridge line in it. I'm not going to open this up yet because in this breeze it'll go everywhere, won't it? I'm going to take my ridge line, I'm going to start on the far tree and come back this way. This one's already got quick attach knots to hook to my tarp. Okay, now I've got my ridge line up. Now I'm going to take my tarp, put the lines over, and I'm going to deploy my tarp. I will take my bag and come up here to my ridge line, stick the knot up under the cord and pull it to the tree like that so it doesn't go anywhere. Now I have on one end one of these centers. I'll go ahead and hook it up right here and hook it up. Now adjust for whichever way you expect the wind and rain to come from. I'm betting more toward this side of the tree. And you see how the wind is going to flop it, but you also notice how my tent stakes and my lines are not causing trouble. Bag, crank it up on the thing again. Take the cinch lock and run it underneath that line so it don't go nowhere. Okay, now as you can see, this is the Hex Tarp Set Up, where I have used a soft shackle up there in the center of the ridge to hook to my ridge line. One of the advantages to a Hex Tarp is it doesn't flutter so much in the breeze. As you can see, there's a pretty good breeze flowing over it. But where a regular tarp will just sit there and do that, a Hex Tarp does not. So this gives me more room and less wind problems. Now, I get into the hammock. Under here, hope you can see me from there. Now I've made it wide open. See, I've staked my sides out. I've got plenty of coverage all the way the length of the ridge line. So for standard rain blowing straight down and heavy timber like this, heavy cover, I ain't got no problems. And it's far enough away I can put my gear down on either side and still be dry, and yet, most important, get that little bit of breeze in here. Because in summertime, that's the whole thing. I need airflow around me. And being enclosed in a tent is hot and stuffy. A hammock has a distinct advantage like this. Let me bring you a little bit closer. As you can see, this makes a very roomy set. More than enough room for me on a standard overnight camp out in what I believe will be fairly decent weather. No real storms are predicted, expecting mostly maybe a little drizzle, a little afternoon light rain or something, but no heavy storms. This is a living room. It's so big in here. I've got more than enough room in here to sit as I'm doing and have my little Trangia out here to cook or etc. It's 1 arm's length up over my head, well over the ridge line. I could run the ridge line underneath and then hang gear off of it on the inside if I desired, which is what I usually do. But this is a quick, handy setup like this that allows me to have a overnight capability in my haversack, so that all I have to do is the bedroll, the tarp, the hammock, and then a small other pouch containing the food. I'm going to carry the canteen on my hip with my cook set in it and my small little stove. That's it. So for a haversack overnight, this is all I'd need. Okay guys, see my camera's got a little bit wonky. So that's my overnight shelter set to go with my Blackbird 2 haversack for an overnight trip. Now there's still plenty of room in that haversack to throw little snacks. I'll have a separate bag that'll be nothing but my food and my cooking. And of course I'm going to have a GRAIL or have me a canteen or both on me. Here at the lake I got a water source rail available, so the GRAIL would be the best choice. And so with that, I've got all my comforts covered. I have a tarp over me in case of inclement weather, unexpected. I have a hammock to get me up and off the ground. I have a lounger by folding the hammock in half to capture the breeze and keep me as cool as possible. I have a sleeping bag to get into should I get cool or if the bugs just get too bad. I'll have plenty of bug dope to keep them off me. As long as I keep a breeze like this going, I don't have to worry so much about mosquitoes and stuff. They don't do too well in a crosswind, so that would be a big advantage. So for an overnighter, which will be coming up this coming week, Thursday to Friday, I'm going to be going out and doing an overnighter right quick, and I'm going to get you some footage of that because I'm going to try out my kayak, and we're going to see if Blackie can drown himself. We shall see. Till next time, if you enjoyed the video, guys, please hit that like, share, and subscribe button before you go. And until next time, guys, I'm Blackie wishing you safe journeys. Have a great day, guys.